Let's talk about the momentum that you gained early in the first half going into the second half.
Yeah, I thought there was some momentum. You know, the biggest thing is I thought we played hard. I thought we played hard. Wanted to make too much happen. I thought we hesitated, and in the end, couldn't overcome our self-inflicted wounds. And we had a lot of self-inflicted wounds.
Down 21-0 before your first down. What were the self-inflicted wounds coming out of the gate that really caused the game to get out of hand so quickly?
Drop balls, slow to react up front, occasionally bad reads, hesitating on running routes, defensively hesitating to pull the trigger, in position but not committing to the play, afraid of too much happening, thinking about too much going to happen, too much trying to read the other guy's mind. What if he goes here? What if he goes there? What if he goes the other place? When instead, what if you trigger and react to it and stop it? Which, there were bright spots of that at times, but we weren't able to do it consistently. We tried to make too much happen. I think we spend too much time focusing on our opponent than we do our job. Something good happens for our opponent, and I think we allow it to distract us away from our job. I mean, because this didn't look like the way we practiced this week. We practiced good this week. But, we practiced a lot faster. We were a lot faster people all week long. And then go out there and practice. I think, guys want to really do well. I think, and I didn't think anybody quit anything like that. I think guys really wanted to do well. I think they wanted to play hard, but they get afraid to make a mistake, afraid to react to something and commit to the play. And I think that that's the root of the problem. I mean, these guys are a great team, and they do this to a lot of people. But what they do well, that we got to worry about what we can improve on. So that's where our focus is.
With 12 days to prepare for this game, is it surprising that there were so many kind of seemingly issues?
Well, they had as many days to prepare as we did.
Coach, there were a few long pass plays that did you feel, I know you haven't seen the tape yet, but did you feel they were overthrows or slowing up on routes, or there seemed to be a couple opportunities where you could have gotten some big plays?
Yeah, one I thought we got interfered, one I thought we should have caught, one I thought we overthrew. Those are just the ones that come to mind. One we dropped. No, two we dropped.
How difficult was it to defend when Kelly would fake that draw play and then he would keep the ball himself and run it? It seemed like they would be running that constantly in the first half.
Way more difficult than it should have been, and then we reacted to it the second half, just hesitating. You got your assignment, you got your job, commit to it and trust it. Too often we were. I think second-guessing what our assignment was rather than just committing to it. I mean, your job's this gap, this person, attack it rather than worry about some extra thing that might happen, some secret thing, because the other guy's got the other gap, and then the safety's got, what's behind it. Just commit to it.
Do you think all the night games have any effect on the team at all?
Probably not. I think we've, we played the majority of our games on the road. We've had the longest stretch without an off week of anybody, and then we played the best opponents too. So I think there's probably a body punch quality to that. I mean, if you look at the opponents we've played and who we've played at this point in the season, they're tougher than anybody else in the country. I mean, you can analyze it and write your article however you want, but even if you screw up the entire thing, you're going to have us in the top three, so.
Do you plan on doing anything differently this upcoming bye week, having had this result following one?
No.
You mentioned that practices were really good this week. Connor mentioned the same thing, and I asked him, what do you think the reason is that practices aren't maybe translating into these games?
Well, I think they do to a point, I think they have a number of times. Some of it's the maturity of our team. I mean, you know, we're a young group and we can do things for a period of time. We just have to do it for a longer period of time.
You alluded a little bit before, you know, maybe your team was overthinking. Going forward now with these next 3 games, do you think maybe the hunger for bowl eligibility, you know, might be contributing to that?
I think we just need to focus on the next play. We need to focus on our job in the next play. And I think, you know, it's too tempting for us as a team to clutter our mind with a bunch of extra stuff. Because all that really matters is the next play and how you line up and do your job, and then doing it collectively. And if you're able to do that and have the discipline to do that, then you're a good team. If you don't have the discipline to do that, you're a good team to the extent that you do have the discipline to do it. And you know, if you're hit and miss, you're gonna end up stabbing yourself, you know, and that's basically what we did. We stabbed ourselves a lot and couldn't overcome it. And, you know, and then, because, you know, Arizona State's one of the best teams in the country. They're tough enough without us helping them, you know.
Coach, late third quarter, you had a pretty lengthy conversation with Connor, and he's such an important part of this team. I want to ask you what you talked about, but how do you know, keep him up, basically? I mean, it doesn't seem to be a confidence issue, but, you know, sacks, and it's, after a while, falling behind. How do you kind of manage that relationship?
He played well, and I did think Connor played well. Didn't have a lot of time to throw, only got sacked twice. And then I thought he did a great job keeping the sideline up, you know, because he did consistently, I thought, stayed focused. And then now there's plays he'd like to have over. You know, he underthrew ball on the interception, and then he missed a read or two. But he was constantly, I thought, in the game. I thought he constantly picked up the sideline, and you know, and I think. Pretty productive against a very good secondary, probably the best secondary in the conference, I think. And then, you know, if you add some of those drop balls onto the tally, then that's even higher, you know, so.
Is that what you're kind of emphasizing to him right now? Just keep your head up, that everything's going to fall into place, but even on a night like this where it seems to be very close?
Yeah, but I did think he played well, and I do think this is one of the best games that he's played.
Any reaction on the special teams play and the fact that Arizona State ran a couple fake punts after they had a 3-touchdown lead?
No, I don't coach the other team. I coach my team. I never do any of that, and I know it's fun, and I know there's some characters out there that embrace stuff like that. I don't happen to be one of them. You know, the first one they overloaded us, called a good play. They only needed 4 yards. Second one, I don't even think was a fake. You know, we just gave him a lane and he took it. I don't think he was planning to fake it. You know, I think he saw a bunch of open space and took it.
Last one for Coach.
Coach, you guys have a bye week coming up. Are you going to change anything in practice during the coming bye week so you guys don't have a start to Arizona like at the beginning of Arizona State today?
Asked and answered. Next question.
You guys good with Coach?
Thanks, Coach.
I did want to ask one more. On Connor's, when he's getting sacked in the end zone, did he get rid of the ball intentionally to avoid the safety, or was that just like a coincidence? Did you get any feedback from him on that play? The one where Fullington picked it up and ran like 15 yards or so?
I'm trying to think. I remember the end of it. I'm not sure. I can't remember how we ended up in that position. Whether somebody got beat. Is that the one where the ball got knocked out of his hand?
Yeah.
Ball got knocked out of his hand, yeah. Well, we should have blocked the guy, that's the first thing. The guy blindsides and bats it out of his hand, then he goes and gets the ball. And I think he was trying to, you know, throw it and get it towards somebody and throw it away, and wasn't able to do it.
All right, thank you.